Hey there and welcome to another Halo action figure review video. Today we are taking a look at the Brute Captain, this big figure that is in scale with all these other smaller figures. He is a brute, isn't he? Well, he looks quite the thing. There's a lot of more accessories in this one than I've seen in others. He is part of Series 1, Brute Captain with Mangler. I'm guessing that's the Mangler right there. And as always on all these Series 1 figure, there's nothing on the back except for the really cool artwork. No cross sale of any kind. So that makes this really easy. Let's get to opening him up and taking a look at the figure. All right, we're back. He's out of the package. He's got all of his accessories around him. This really is a brute of a figure, I've got to say. Let's take a quick peek here at his accessories. He comes with a figure stand. It looks like it's all based in stone and dirt and rock, and it's really cool texture. I really like these figure stands, even the way they hook together around the outside. He comes with a weapon, and I believe this is the Mangler that's referred to on the front of the package. There's no peg anywhere on here to attach to the figure itself, but he certainly can hold it, I'm guessing, right there. We'll take a look at it in just a bit. He comes with these two things that attach to his back. These might be maybe either armor pieces or jetpacks or something. Once again, as I've said, I haven't played the game, so y'all have to tell me exactly what these are, but I do know they hook to the back, and they look like wings or jetpacks or boosters or something. Yeah. And finally, he comes with a game add-on code for Halo Infinite, as all the figures and all the packs do. So in the future, there will be something that you can get for the games. Well, we're going to take a look at the figure and its articulation now, but real quick, I'm going to point out one other accessory that I didn't mention, and that is his helmet. The helmet does come off, and it reveals a very rough Thanos-like looking brutish face. I don't know, I just made that up. But anyway, well, there goes the helmet, so I guess we won't look at the helmet for right now. But yeah, the helmet is kind of an accessory that was just on him. So let's take a look at this articulation. This is a huge figure. I haven't seen a figure, or I haven't owned a figure for this scale since they put out the Mega Monsters in the 90s for G.I. Joe. First thing I thought of was like, ooh, this is a Halo Mega Monster. I don't know. He's a captain monster. So let's see, what's his articulation like? Well, his head can rotate all the way around. It can lean back and forth, like so. It does pop off pretty easy if you want it to. It's got that little bit of a barbell type joint. So if you do that too many times, it may eventually wear out. Now, the arms can go up this high, officially. You can get them up this high. One thing I noticed is if you go too much further, they pop out of the little socket. This is the little gear thing, the little ratcheting noise you hear when you move the arm back and forth. Listen to that. There's no ratcheting. Means that I lifted the arms too high and it popped out of here. You do that too many times, it's probably going to wear down and break right in here to the point where you'll bypass it all the time. That might be okay, but it means that there's kind of loose. Both arms do that. Now you hear that. And you may want to be careful of how far you pop it, because it's pretty loose at that point. So that's one thing to be careful maybe with this figure is. His elbows do rotate. Mine are a little tight, but they do rotate. And they have a hinge. Mine seem to work quite nicely. The wrists rotate around. Yes, they do. And there is a horizontal hinge, so you can bend the hand, or hinge the hand back and forth. He's got a torso wiggle. His torso moves around actually really pretty good. This is about what he does sideways, but he does rotate. Now, one interesting thing, unlike the other figures, his waist rotates. His waist moves around. Now, and so does his belt, actually. His belt, I don't know if the belt will come off. You may have to take the figure apart to take this belt off. But one thing, if you notice here, if you can see this on camera, it looks like the waist is not on there accurately. It's like it's off or twisted a little bit. That's okay. That's how it was. I went ahead and took this figure apart real quick, and it's like a molded on belt. And so this is actually how it's supposed to be. So don't get confused by that. His legs, well, only allow splits up to like about there. Not very splitty. But he can almost sit. And he could almost jump out of a... I'm blocking the light. Jump out of a plane. The thigh rotation is not like the other figures where it's up here at a diagonal, but it's where you would typically find thigh rotations, at least on the figures I've looked at, like G.I. Joe's or Fortnite. And it's right there. He does have a double pin knee, which works for such big legs. Actually works pretty good here. Now, the funny thing, the interesting thing that I find is he has a pin for the ankle right there. But he can't really do anything with it. If you turn it sideways, you'll see that there's the track for the pin. But, oh, there we go. You turn his foot sideways, and he can do something weird. I think I'm getting this too close here. Let me refocus. Okay, but I got his foot to finally move. The only problem is the hindrance here is this armor. You can't go forward because you hit the armor. So I guess the only way to move his foot forward is to turn it sideways. For whatever reason, why would you want it sideways? I don't know. You can move it back then, I'm assuming. Maybe. Well, hey, cool. I got his foot turned around. Oopsie. But you could move it a little ways back. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that joint actually does a whole lot. You can rotate his ankles, but I don't know. Do you need to? I don't think you need to really actually move his... That may have been something they could have saved on. Articulation is cool and everything, but, you know, sometimes it doesn't really matter if you can't really use it. It's cool that he came with a figure stand. You don't actually need him to, well, use a figure stand. Unlike this guy back here, you don't really need this guy on a figure stand. He does have holes in his feet, so you could peg him on. Maybe if you want him to do like something weird and crazy, like the limbo. I don't know. It's actually kind of difficult to get both of his feet on at the same time. Might need to get 2 figure stands for this dude. Maybe. Where is it? There's one. And he's actually so heavy. This is a pretty heavy figure. He's so heavy, he'll actually kind of fall off. One. Oh, I got him. So if you want Brute Captain to do, say, like the limbo, you're going to need a figure stand. I don't know how often y'all are going to want him to do the limbo, though. Maybe getting time for me to locate his hat, or his helmet. So we'll put it back on here. There we go. I am the Brute Captain. Hear me roar. I don't know if he roars. I don't know what he sounds like, but he looks like a Brute Captain to me. Let's grab his gun over here, what we're calling the Mangler. Well, I could be totally, you know, I don't know. That doesn't even look like it goes. That, you know what? Y'all are going to laugh at me, but I'm wondering now if this is actually the side you hold. It looks like there might be a trigger there. Maybe this is something else. You're going to laugh at me from earlier. Let's try it this way. There, let's see. Tell me in the comments if I'm right or wrong on this. This actually might be the way it goes. That looks like it might be a handle. The fact that I tried to put it on the wrong way, you know, I'm testing you, making sure you all know. Sure. We'll turn him around. We'll grab these 2 items here. As I said, they've just plugged right in. There's 2 big gaping holes there in his back. And there they are. Now, you want to be careful. They do kind of pop off kind of easy. This seems to be a bit of a soft rubber. And if you also can see through the camera, they're angled a certain way. So you might want to put them on in kind of like the opposite way. So like this angles in this way. Otherwise, they're going to be like hitting each other. I'll see if I can demonstrate that. Well, they won't be hitting each other, but they'll be kind of like not in there very well. So I'm wondering if it is this way that they go. You know, I can't tell, actually, which way they should go. I think it is this way. They seem to be a little bit tighter this way, where they're spread out just a little bit. Alright, well, I don't know what more I've got to say about this guy. He's just a brute. He's a brute of a figure. Oh, I know what I could say real quick. Let's see if we can get him standing straight. Whatever straight means for this dude. We'll get him all geared up there. And we'll pull out the handy-dandy tape measure. And this guy is probably pretty close to about 5.5 inches, looking straight on. So he's about 5.5 inches tall. So when you compare him to, you know, some of these guys, gee whiz, you know, he's even like a little bit taller than Master Chief. Look at that. Master Chief is not the top reigning big guy anymore. Brute he is. So anyway, there is Brute Captain. My kind of glance over, look at review of this guy. He's pretty cool. He's interesting. He is like an armored. I don't want to mess with this guy, you know, in a dark forest or anything, or a jungle, or wherever he's at. But he is pretty cool. So anyway, thank you for stopping by and watching. If you found this helpful and useful, please hit the like button or the thumbs up button, and that helps the channel. And if you want to be notified when more of these videos come out, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification icon. And I'm talking about G.I. Joe and Fortnite and Halo, and more videos are coming. So can't wait to see you on the next video. Have a wonderful day.